the experiment, collect the data, and some very simple feature that they extracted to verify that they actually collect the corrected data. So we'll just give a quick go through of this. So basically, what this group of people did is they um, um, made 40 uh, music videos that last 1 minute, and they ask people to sit in front of the computer and watch those music videos. While they're watching those music videos, they try to collect as many information as they can, such as EEG, body temperature, and they also use a camera to record the facial expression of the participants, and also, like at the end of the experiment, they also asked the patients to fill in a form to describe what kind of emotion they were going through, and they published this data on a free website that we all can download and give a try. So I think by reading this paper, I recommend, even if you don't really doing this, if you don't really need this data set for your project, or you're choosing other project, I still recommend you to quickly read through this paper. I think this experiment uh, set a very high standard for biomedical related experiments. And if you, in the future, if you're trying to do very similar experiments or any medical related experiments, I think this sets a very good guideline for you. So what this paper is talking about is that they are trying to explore the possibility to classify emotion dimensions induced by showing music videos to different users. That's their overall aim. And we can skip the literature review part. So as I said, they use the music videos from YouTube, and they used a quite simple regression, linear regression method to highlight the part where they think is most likely to stimulate the participants' emotion. And they, to make it constant, they used 50 seconds music video. Uh, Overall, it's 1 minute. So, and finally, they select 40 test videos, and this selection is actually from initially selected 120, and they did an online testing with 14 volunteers, and it is finalized to 40 music videos. So during the experiments, in order to minimize the noise, as I think most of you have already know that when we collect EEG or EMG data or even ECG data, we get a lot of noise from muscle movement, skin movement. So I think all of you have already know that from the stage 1 study. So from this experiment, in order to minimize any physical body movement or even eye movements, which can be collected from the EEG sensors, they tried their best to minimize all those possible noises, and they have done the EEG recording based on a 512 hertz 32 leads EEG collecting set, which system, which is shown here. And the experiment protocol is this is also important as well. This will save you a lot of time if you're planning to do one of your own little experiments in the future, or even in this project at stage 3. So what they do is they ask the participants to firstly read a set of instructions, and they also explain the experiment procedure to the participants before even the experiment starts. Then they performed a practice trial, so the participants that they normally they did 40 videos, and at the end of each video, they ask the participants to do a self-assessment, to rate the emotion into arousal, valence, liking, and dominance, 4 scales. And those 4 scales are explained in here. So valence ranges from unhappy or sad to happy or joyful. Arousal means you either calm or bored or excited. Dominance means you're submissive or dominant. And liking is whether you personally like the video or not. And they also added one more scale, which is familiarity. That means whether you have watched this music video before the experiment or not. So I think this sort of a systematic way to plan the experiment can reduce a lot of noise that you may collect it during the experiment. It will definitely improve the overall accuracy. So with that, when we download the data, you will have this kind of data. So it's all in a data pre-processed MATLAB zip file, and when you open that, there will be 32 patients with all their EEG signals. As you can see, there are 2 variables stored in this .mat file. The first one is data. Second one is labels. The labels are the emotions that the participant is going through. There are 40 rows, meaning there are 40 different videos. And the columns are arousal, valence, dominance, and liking, ranging from 1 to 9. So 1 is the lowest, 9 is the highest. And the reason why they have fractions or not integers here is because they used a scale looking like that. So there's a bar, and it's 1 at the bottom and 9 at the top. And they just ask, there's an arrow in there, and they just ask the participants to click anywhere between 1 to 9 to rate their emotion. So sometimes it's not an integer in this case. And the other part of the data is called, another variable is just called data. So this is the EEG signal. It contains the EEG signal. You can see the dimension is 40 by 40 by 8064. That means you have 40 music videos. There are in total 40 channels, and all the data are stored in that 8064 cells. So usually when we want to get a quick view of the variable, we just simply double click and it will show. But in this case, if you double click data, it says cannot display summary of variables with more than that many of elements, and also it's a 3D sort of format to save this data. So if you want to have a quick look, we can write as data 1. So first dimension, everything is first, and everything. Save. Sorry, not data 1. Just data. Right. So and if you double click this, it will show numbers here. So if you want to save it somewhere else, you just name a variable, say data 1 equals data 1, 1, everything. And you will have data 1 here in this way, right? And you can view this data yourself. you store this and just simply go through what we did in um, stage 1 and 2, where you filtering out the noise and perform a spectral analysis. After that, for EEG signal, normally you will separate the EEG signal into alpha, beta, theta bands. With different bands, you have different meaning of that EEG signal, and then you can start try to think about how to do the feature extraction in order to increase the um, overall classification accuracy. And I think that's pretty much I want to talk about for today. I think you can uh, start to read that paper about how they did the experiment and download the data, try to do the things that we did in stage 1 and 2 of using this data set, and see whether you can uh, do your spectral analysis and find the alpha, beta, theta band of this EEG signal.
So you use alpha, beta, gamma as a, I mean, as a feature. It's
I think that's the first step of the feature extraction.
Yeah,
But
and
that's
then
the first step after the spectral analysis.
and the class I have see your class it seems is not a integer number. It's like
Yeah,
it's
it's not integer in this case, in these labels. It's ranging from 1 to 9. But
okay.
if you can see this paper that they wrote, they actually did a little bit um, uh, classification or a bit of grouping themselves. So in this XY group, arousal and awareness, and
Mm.
they separate arousal and awareness into 4 big groups.
Yep.
That is low arousal, high valence, high
Mm.
arousal, high valence. So I think this is a very good way to separate the emotions into
Mm.
these 4 big.
Yeah, I think this is very important information. So last week I put some study guide, new study guide in the lecture 6. I'm not sure like have you read it? Maybe I share my one or disabled. Can you let me to
Yeah,
host? Yeah, and then I share the screen. So I I think I put the study guide, new study guide in two places. One is in the welcome part. So I put this version one is our original one because this is we don't have a coronavirus. We can use this one, but now the second option is here. We This is the new one, and also I put into lecture 7, lecture 6, lecture 6. I put there's a lot of I mean video, and I put study guide here updated. This one is mainly last week I have I think they have 3 subjects was selected. One is image called IMU, uh, smartphone based access monitoring. The number 2 is ECG, EEG, ECG and blood pressure based project use live view, and another one is EEG based. So today, I mean, at that time I only put 3 because I don't know some group select blood pressure. But if you select blood pressure, I put full version in the study guide in the welcome session. They have a updated study guide. You can find the guidance. But there's not enough. This is just give you a brief guide. For example, for EEG classification, uh, Curry give a very detailed supervision. I think if you have problem, you can contact with uh, Curry, and also Curry also can suggest some reading material. For example, this paper you showed today is very useful. I think maybe I think this project is a little bit hard in the sense you have a multi-class classification. So I'm talking about it's only two-class classification. But you have multi-class classification. That's number one. Number two, for the feature extraction, this one is a lot of features. So maybe you can use even wavelet to detect some feature. Yeah. Uh, so this is the project of the EEG. So maybe I ask Jeffy again. Uh, Maybe before that, I want to confirm our selection. Uh, maybe for example, for the Leo, for your group, you are still MU, right? Hello, Leo. Tina. Hi, Tina. Hi, Tina. Hi, Leo. Is your group your group still select MU, right? Smartphone. Okay. Because I sent you an email, I asked you whether you need the app and the MATLAB code. I didn't got your reply. I thought maybe you changed mind. So you no need my one, right? Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's good. Yeah. How about Abdul for your group? Which project you select? Cork, I know your group select. How Abdul your group is you select which project? Oh, ECG. In that case, I ask if someone select the project. First, the EEG we already introduced, so I will not introduce today now. Uh, Next is the ECG one. So how many groups select ECG? Uh, yeah, body group, that's group three, and Abdul group Abdul is group five. Yeah, yeah. In that case, we will introduce ECG next. For the MU, I think maybe last time I already introduced. Maybe I will separately discuss with Tina group and with the Leo group about the MU one. For the maybe the next is the ECG one. We invite Jeffrey to give an explanation. Maybe you, if you want, because this one is more efficient. Maybe more multiple group select the ECG one. So I will give you as the host. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I put you as a host, and I will uh, stop sharing.